Classic hip hop, throwback R&B, 105 The Vibe, Loudmouth, Zannie K, and today we are blessed here in the Minneapolis studios of 105 The Vibe with the Twin Cities hip hop legend, the one and only Brother Ali. Y'all make some noise for Brother Ali.
Hey. How are you, brother?
Welcome to the Freak Show, man.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it, man.
Now, we were talking about this a little bit just coming in the building. Soundset for you must be like a big old family reunion.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we started 10 years ago in the parking lot at the Metrodome, and we just started with the artists that we could call their cell phone and that we could ask them to come.
Absolutely.
No booking agents or none of that kind of stuff, just people that we knew.
Yeah.
So we started with Dilated Peoples and Little Brother and Aesop Rock and those people that we could just hit them on their phone. And like text, hey, you want to play this thing we're doing? Yeah. And then, just grew it slowly over time to the point where now it's the largest all hip hop festival in the country.
In the country.
Yeah. So I mean, there are other festivals that are, Coachella is a bigger festival.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But it's it's mixed genres. Whereas with Soundset, you have not only is it all hip hop, but it's all types of hip hop.
Yeah, that's right.
So it's everything from Lauryn Hill and Talib Kweli and in that lane.
And Gucci.
To Gucci Mane, to T.I., to Lil Uzi Vert, to and then of course Atmosphere and Zulu and myself, Brother Ali, and it really is the hip hop family coming together as well.
I love it, man. Like I was telling you, my son gets so excited every single year. He's like, Dad, if you can get him, get him. If not, buy him, Playboy. You know what I mean? I want to go to Soundset. So
and it's one of those things where like Pete Rock will be there this year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And Lil Uzi Vert will be there.
Yep.
So really, it's like the multi-generation thing. So there's always people that I always really want to see, and then same thing too. I have a 17-year-old, so it's like
absolutely.
Who he wants to see and who I want to see might not be the same people.
That's
but
true.
What's dope is that we can watch both of those artists exist on the same stage and exist at the same festival. And really witness with our eyes what it means for this culture to be multi-generational.
And for what it means for this new generation to adapt their heroes. And I wanted to ask you about that, get into that a little bit. A lot is being said about the state of hip hop these days. People have their opinion on what they call the mumble rappers. They get a bad rap. Some of the beat makers are starting to sound similar. What's your official position on the state of hip hop today?
I think it's amazing. I think that we lose sight of, first of all, we only remember the glory parts of when we were kids. So we remember the most amazing, cutting edge, innovative artists.
That's right.
And we forget the fact that for every one of them, there was 100 people that sounded just like them. And we also forget the fact that like our parents couldn't tell the difference apart. You know what I'm saying? We're saying everybody's Lil this and Young that. I mean, we all were MC this and DJ that.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody had an ice in their name. Everybody had Dr. this and that. You know what I'm saying?
Ice, that's right.
Or Ski, or you know what I'm saying? Like we all had similar names. Our producers, they were all sampling James Brown.
That's
it's not
true.
like they were, you know what I'm saying?
That's true.
On the West Coast, they were all sampling George Clinton
and the Isley Brothers.
So I'm saying like we were sampling and so they looked at our music like, this isn't creative. You all are just sampling our records and it's not that tight. And literally the whole West Coast is built on sampling George Clinton.
That's
the
true.
whole East Coast is built on sampling James Brown.
That's right.
So but we knew the difference between what it was. And then also we went crazy when Das Effects came out.
That's right.
And what are the lyrics to that song? I could fee fi your fo diddly fum, here I come. I'm hyper than Pinocchio's
You're
nose.
pretty good.
You know what I'm saying? Was this really, were these groundbreaking lyrics? But there was a energy to that, and there was something that really spoke to us energetically and in terms of vibration that we were like, yo, this is dope.
This is it.
I mean, this dude wipes a booger on the screen on the video. You know what I'm saying? Like that is not like. But when we remember it, we remember like everybody was Rakim and everybody was Ice Cube and everybody was. No, they weren't.
They weren't.
You know what I'm saying? And then if you look at this generation, like, Drake is doing really well.
Absolutely.
But Kendrick's new album, which features Kid Capri, like DJ Kid Capri, like narrates Kendrick's new album.
That's right.
It's outselling Drake's record. So it's a very similar kind of thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where we have to be really, really careful, I think, about just hating and castigating our children. And then like, who raised them? Like, you know what I'm saying? So like if we look at, so if I'm talking to my nephews, like I'm coming up on 40. So if I'm talking to my nephews that are in their 20s and like hating on their music, it's like this music comes from me. Yep. The same way that I came from Curtis Mayfield and I came from the music that came before me.
Absolutely. I like that. That's a very interesting perspective. I like that. A lot of people are going to hear this one, man. So you guys could just get on the now, who is hot out there with you right now? Like, who are you? I mean, I know you mentioned Drake, you mentioned Kendrick. Who is playing in the Brother Ali mobile?
Well, that's the other thing is like, you know, they're always the music that is in the mainstream is like for public consumption. The same way that you know fast food is.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like fast food sells more than a beautiful steak or a beautiful, you know, vegan meal or whatever.
That's right.
Fast food sells a lot, and so music is the same way. And we grew up having to search for the good music, and that was part of it. And the same is true now, you know. So I think, you know, Kendrick is now what Rakim is. Yeah. What Rakim was to us, and there's no questioning that. Anybody that can't see how Kendrick has taken what Rakim or, you know, Big Daddy Kane or any of the greats did in our time and took it to another level. Anybody that can't see how he's elevated Jay-Z and he's elevated all of them. And yes, he's learned from all of them, but that's what you're supposed to do.
Absolutely.
The same way that Jay-Z learned from Grandmaster Caz, and Jay-Z learned from Rakim, and he learned from Big Daddy Kane. And Jay-Z's the same age as those guys.
Absolutely.
Like Jay-Z's an older guy than he just didn't get in the game till he was 30. Yeah. And similarly with Chuck D, like a lot of these guys, they started in music when they were older. So if we look at somebody like you know, who's the kid with the red hair? From Atlanta that everybody Lil Yachty. Yeah, Yachty. Like you know, Lil Yachty's not my personal favorite, but Lil Yachty's also like he's not 24. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like this is a child, like this is a young dude. Yep. You know what I'm saying? You still have to look. So on the Rhymesayers label, you know, the sister that's coming on tour with me, she's our newest signee. She'll be at Soundset. She's on my album. Her name is Sa Rock. Okay. Her name is Asada, named after Asada Shakur.
Absolutely.
Her partner, producer, DJ, manager is like, you know, this legendary dude named Soul Messiah from Atlanta. She's originally from DC. I'm saying there's no great, like this is Black Thought's favorite MC right now.
Absolutely. Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So like there are people like this that exist, but like if we're not willing to put the work in to actually finding them, and if we're also, you know, if we're not able to hear the dope, amazing energy in the music, is because we're no longer living in the moment.
Right.
We've checked out. If you can't hear, and then the other thing too is like you have to hang out with kids. Like there's certain music that, like I said, Yachty's not my favorite. I don't hate him. Right. But when I see Yachty's music come on and like 12-year-old kids, like man. the energy it gives them, man. Like I posted on my Instagram, Brother Ali is blind is my Instagram because I'm legally blind. Yeah. So it's kind of like if they're blurry or if I make typos or something, you just got to give me a pass on that.
Okay, no problem.
Because I can't see. Yeah. But if you go back on there's a couple weeks ago I posted this kid named King. I can't remember his name. King Kai maybe. Okay. He's like a 12-year-old kid that dances on Instagram. He's dancing to this song that the first time I heard it is Rollies, this song. I just want to rolly with a Deborah. I'm like, oh my God, this is the type of song that's like, this is not for me.
Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
And that's how I look at it a lot of times. I say, okay, it's just not for me.
It's not for me, but not everything is for me.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
that's
I don't have to be mad at like, you know, there's a bunch of things that are out here in the world that is just not for me. I'm a Muslim. I don't eat pork.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But I don't have to be mad at like whatever. But watching this kid dance to this song, I'm like, I fell in love with that song.
There you go.
Because of the life that it gives this kid.
Young man, yeah. I try to spend some time, and and I know my son gets tired of it. He's 18, and I bust in his room because I hear him listening to. I mean, he's got the channels all set up on YouTube where he's playing Kendrick, he's playing Uzi Vert, he's playing a lot of these guys, and I just try to take it in and like, what is he hearing? What is he seeing? And that's it. A lot of times I'll just like, look, this is not for me.
Yeah, and if you love him, you'll see it through his eyes. You don't have to see it through your eyes.
I try to.
And ultimately, that's what love is about.
I try.
Is you witness the world through somebody else's eyes and through their experience. And you know what I'm saying? And so people that like cannot, that are just completely hate on new music. It's like, you don't love your children, man.
That's right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or like, where's your love at with your kids?
You don't respect them. You think there's something wrong with them, and this is just their time. These are their heroes, their artists, and I like to look at it like that.
And I mean, I remember, great jazz musicians just wholesale dissing rap. Just like there's no good in that at all.
Well, I mean, when you mentioned Pete Rock and then you talked about Lil Yachty, I thought about their back and forth that they had a few weeks ago, and now I'm looking forward to seeing Pete Rock and some of the older artists that you got coming to the festival this year. Again, our genre here at this radio station is throwback hip hop and R&B. Top 5 of all time. Can I hit you with that one? Brother Ali's top 5 hip hop, and I'll give you a bonus 6 if you need one.
Okay, all right. Well, first of all, it changes. But so for me, I have to start with the people that made me want to dedicate my life to this, and that's Rakim.
Yep.
KRS-One.
Okay.
And Chuck D. So I have to just do those. Then the rest of them change. You know what I'm saying?
Cool. That's cool. But you can swap them out.
But also Jay-Z has to be there.
Yeah.
There's no way for Jay-Z. Jay-Z is probably the greatest of all time if you look at it in an objective sense.
Yeah.
In that other spot, it could be anybody from. I mean, I really love Mos Def.
Okay.
Like Mos Def really speaks to me on a really, on so many different levels.
Absolutely.
But like I said, that's one that people can kind of rotate in and out of.
Yeah. People are gonna swap them out. But then your bonus 6, you need a bonus 6.
Yeah. Man, I would say Black Thought could definitely be that person. I mean, Lauryn Hill, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
But the thing about somebody like a lot of our heroes, they just didn't have the opportunity to have long careers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, Rakim's career, he's still out here doing very well. He's still very relevant.
Absolutely.
When I started doing this, I toured with Rakim. Rakim took me on tour for a year.
My God.
So the first one was Atmosphere. I toured with Atmosphere for a year. Then Brand Nubian was the next one to take me out. Then Rakim took me out for a year. We did the whole country twice. And then Ghostface took me out.
Wow.
And went out with Jizza. So basically the 5%er God rappers are the ones that embrace me.
Yeah. Kind of mentored you in this.
Yeah, and so those are the people that and even growing up, those are the people that I really gravitate towards. But so a lot of them, the years that they were considered relevant, and in the forefront, it was just short. So if you look at Kendrick Lamar, he's already surpassed them.
Yeah.
But it's a different time. So that's kind of like saying, can you really compare Jerry West to, can you really do that? Because it's a different time.
Yeah.
And can you really compare Floyd to Mike Tyson to Ali?
That's funny because my son made that same point. He was like, Dad, Biggie only had so many albums. Kendrick Lamar's already had this many.
Biggie had, I'm saying, and this is, and a lot of people will be like, Pac and Big aren't in your top 5. They're not. They're just not, because it's mine. I get to make it. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
I love them very much. You know what I mean? But I'm saying Big had one album that was dope all the way through. If we're just being very honest, the Life After Death album, or no, what was so it was Ready to Die and then Born Again. Yeah. The double. The double one, there's a lot of bad music on there. If we're just being completely honest.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad music on there. The problem is never his rhyming. He never spit a bad verse, ever. He was never not dope.
I agree.
But he basically had a few years of really doing that thing. Whereas so you have to take that into account. Kendrick, if you look at from the Kendrick Lamar EP, or even if you start at Section 80, or if you start at Overly Dedicated, to now, it has the longest period of being the greatest rapper in his generation. That's the only one that compares with him is Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, and these are things that can be argued all day.
Absolutely, we can go back and forth. Me and my boy, we go at it, especially about Kendrick. So hey man, again, thanks a lot for hanging out. Soundset is coming up, gang. You want to grab tickets if you don't have them already. It's going to be an amazing show, rain or shine.
Can I talk about my new album just a little bit?
Please, let's talk.
We got into hip hop talk because that's what we're going to do.
I was coming back to Brother Ali's new music. Let's talk a little bit about it. The new album is called?
It's called All the Beauty in This Whole Life.
Okay.
And basically, we've been independent musicians for 20 years now.
Wow.
And I wasn't with Rhyme Sayers from day one. I joined them in around 99, 2000. So I'm more in the 15-year area.
Okay.
But you know, we basically have a lot of freedom to do what we would like to do.
Isn't that beautiful?
It really is. It really, really is. And you know, also a lot of times artists get, like we said, their success will be all in a 3-year period or a 5-year period, whereas ours is a much slower, steady kind of thing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But so this new album is really about the spiritual path, and it's about connecting, and it's about the life inside of ourselves. So it's about connecting with our truest self, connecting with each other. It's really an album about how to connect with each other and how to really practice love with each other when it's difficult to do.
Now, yo.
It's a very revolutionary thing. So my last album was very political,
right?
But that was before this thing that's the president now. You know what I'm saying? That's before him.
I got it.
And so I can talk the politics talk, but what I think is a lot more important is like, we're gonna disagree, and it's very polarizing and stuff like that. And we may have people that are our personal friend, like personally, but they may have voted for somebody.
Yeah.
Like my family's Muslim. You know what I'm saying? Like they may have voted for somebody that wants to put me in a camp.
Yeah.
But it's like, but can me and you as people, can we love each other, and can we actually still connect with each other, and then ultimately connect with the creator?
That's right.
So All the Beauty in This Whole Life is the album that comes out a week from Friday, May 5th. And then we'll be performing at Soundset, and we'll do a mixture of like the new stuff and the old stuff.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Now you guys are gonna be on stage. The whole Rhymesayers crew is represented. Who else are you excited to see at this year's show?
I mean,
just
you
to
know,
spend
Lauren,
time with, hang out.
Yeah, man. Lauryn Hill. I really love Tyler Kweli. Zulu is like, you know what I'm saying, the young band from the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
You know, Greg Reese, the MC, and then Proper T and all those. Like, they're extremely. I love how talented they are and how diverse their sound is.
Yeah.
But then also how just unapologetically African they are.
That's
like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just very, very black, very like vibed out.
I like that.
Amazing music.
That's good.
And
stuff.
in the Twin Cities, that's saying a lot.
You tell me about it.
You know what I'm saying? You know, we've had you know, obviously we had Prince and all that kind of stuff, but then we had, you know, we kind of saw the way that the Twin Cities music scene. You know, I feel like we never really embraced Mint Condition like we should.
Yeah.
I felt like
they've
never
already
really
kind
embraced.
Of right on the outside looking in.
Yeah, it's
Great
like, I mean,
music,
these
though.
are people that go to Atlanta, or they go to DC or something like that, and I mean, they're selling out arenas.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now, like
Now.
not even talking about in when Pretty Brown Eyes was out. I'm talking about now,
Right
like
now,
going
that's
to
right.
Atlanta,
winning
and
Grammys now.
dude, yeah, you know, and our scene kind of treats them like stepchildren, or like they're not really from there. I mean, they're from St. Paul.
Yeah, they cool.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, you know, seeing Zulu come along, it's like, man, I really would love us to get it right this time. It's not too late to get it right with Mint Condition.
I mean,
but I would really love to see us get it right with
So this is the thing. And your album hits on May 5th, and it's called again?
All the Beauty in This Whole Life.
That's right, man. We're here with Brother Ali. Where can we find you? Give us all your social media, Instagram, Facebook, everything, so we can find you and find that out.
It's Brother Ali everywhere with the BROTHER, like the King's English, the Queen's English. Brother Ali. But then Instagram is the only one that's different. Is Brother Ali is Blind.
Okay, got it.
And the best place to link with us and with Soundset and with the underground independent hip hop scene that's been flourishing in the Twin Cities for 20 years now is the Fifth Element.
That's right.
Record store in Uptown on 24th and Hennepin, because, you know, not only is that our headquarters as Rhymesayers, but, you know, a lot of the artists that have come up since us, you know, there's open mics, and there are workshops, and there are conferences, and there are seminars, and there are classes, and there are, you know, it's always really been meant to be a community center.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw a sign with your name on it up there. My barber is like right on that same side of the street, right down the street. So I was
Tony.
walking, I was like,
Is Tony your barber?
121,
Yeah.
121. Tony
Yeah.
and Byron and the gang.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I was
over
like,
there.
okay, yeah, Brother Ali is coming to the studio. He's gonna be here too. So absolutely, and they're gonna carry your album, right? People can go there and get it.
That's the best place to get it. That's the best place to get Soundset stuff.
Yeah.
That's the best place to. But I mean, really, all of the local Twin Cities music, it's, you know, it's always there.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's where you can go and get Zulu, and that's where you can get, you know, Bobby Raps and and Doomtree and like all of the Muja Messiah, you know what I'm saying? Like all of the
right on Fifth Element.
Yeah,
Fifth Element is what
Fifth
it's called.
Element
Right
on 24th and Hennepin, right over there near Studio 23 and all that fly
That's
stuff.
what's up. All right, y'all. Thanks a lot for Brother Ali for hanging out with us, man. Before you get out of here, let me get one. So we always end it like, yo, this is Brother Ali, and you're riding with the madman, Zannie K, or Loudmouth, Zannie K,
Word.
on 105 The Vibe.
What's up, y'all? This is Brother Ali, and you are riding with the loudmouth Zannie K on 105 The Vibe.